Hey there everyone, I'm sorry I've been away for so long, but today I'm here to start off Gen 2. I know I haven't finished Master of Arena yet, but I've been getting burnt out on the Gen 1 games and would like to start off with Gen 2. I'm going to be playing on an emulator to try and improve the graphics, but if I encounter any visual glitches, I'll go back to the original hardware. Today we're starting off with Armored Core 2, which is the first second-gen game. There are two second-gen Armored Core games, Armored Core 2 and Armored Core 2 Another Age. Armored Core 2 was a launch title for the PlayStation 2 released in year 2000. This game still has those creepy CGI cutscenes like the ones you'd see from Gen 1, but I still think the game is just as good as some of the Gen 3 games people have come to know. Gen 2 differs from Gen 1 in that there's a new feature called overboosting, which lets you move a lot faster but consumes much more energy than regular boosting. The CGI cutscene also showcases shields, a new left arm part that you can equip to reduce incoming damage that hits the shields but reduces energy during the time it's active. I don't think they're particularly great in Gen 2, but they're definitely a lot better in Gen 3 in my experience, especially if you're going for like a 100% run in Silent Line. As for whether, if you're new to the game, as for whether to start with Armored Core 2, I really wouldn't recommend it. Armored Core 2 is a particularly difficult game. Armored Core 2 Another Age is up there with Last Raven in my opinion. It's definitely harder than Nexus, which I would say is pretty hard too. Armored Core 2 is hard, but if this isn't your first Armored Core game and you know how to play Armored Core pretty well, you won't have too much difficulty beating it. Armored Core 2 is weird because I don't think it gets the recognition that Gen 3 gets, and it's, many people don't end up playing it. They'll either play Gen 1, they'll start with Gen 1 as it's the first games, they'll start with Gen 3 as someone recommended it, they'll start with Gen 4 because that's the first PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games, or they'll play Armored Core Verdict Day because that's the latest game. Gen 2 is weird in that way because I don't find many people really have played it if they haven't played all of the Armored Core games already.
Earth Year 223. In the wake of the final war known as the Great Destruction, mankind was forced underground. But with the discovery of the pre-war Mars Immigration Project, the human race would again prosper and flourish. The age of conflict in the subterranean world was finally over, and the newly established government made restoration of the devastated environment its priority. Emigration to Mars was encouraged, but this influx of settlers posed a threat to law and order on the Red Planet. Corporations that were all-powerful during the subterranean era lost their foothold when the government was created. But with a new planet, ripe for exploration, they discovered opportunities to regain their strength.
That's another thing. This game continues off from the story of the Gen 1 games, specifically Armored Core Master of Arena. This game takes place 50 years after the story of Armored Core Master of Arena. So that's another reason you really shouldn't start with this game. Instead, start with Armored Core 3 if you're new.
You know the drill. This mission will test your abilities. The test is simple. All you have to do is destroy all MTs that have entered this region. Should you succeed, you will be registered as a Raven in the arena. If you fail, you die. I'll accompany you as an observer, but only in that capacity. Keep this in mind. Here they are. Time to see what you learned on Earth.
System engaged.
This first mission, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is destroy a few MTs. It's a bit harder than Armored Core 1's starting mission, but I'm sure you'll make do. All you have to do is go down Long Tunnel, which has a few MTs, and destroy them. Considering I'm playing on an emulator and I haven't played Armored Core in a while, I'm a bit rusty. As you can see there, that is the new overboost function that was introduced starting in Gen 2. If you're a Gen 3 player, then you might already know about overboost. Exceed Orbit is not in this generation, so if you're going in and expecting that, you might be disappointed. That is a Gen 3 feature, so yeah. I chose to go with hard mode, which means I might miss my shots a bit more than usual. But I'll get used to it shortly. There seems to be a bit of problems with the video quality, but I'll try to sort that out with the next video. Here's the final enemy here. You want to stay away from him because he has a blade, but I doubt anyone ever had any problems with this guy anyways. I'd stay away from him as again he has a laser blade which can do about a 500 AP if you're not careful.
Not bad. Your piloting abilities are impressive. Congratulations. From now on, you are a Raven.
So this game does have the arena like Project Phantasma if you've played the previous games. You have 49 battles that you can do. So you can immediately right off the bat become a 9-breaker. A 9-breaker is someone who is number 1 in the arena. Occasionally you'll get mail which will give you free parts and stuff. But other than that, the mail is not too important unless you care about the story a lot. So if you're just looking to play casually, I wouldn't worry too much about the mail. I don't think you get any free parts till a while in the game anyways. Since we're gonna, we want some extra starting cash, we'll start out in the arena. This guy here he's pretty basic. He's basically the starting AC, except he doesn't have missiles and he has a reverse joint AC. It's a waste because he doesn't even jump with the reverse joint, so he should have worse defenses than you. One of the problems is that your starting rifle is garbage, even compared to Gen 3. I think the Gen 3 starting rifle does more than the Gen 2. Gen 1 does more than it as well. starting battles, they'll take a while, but eventually you'll win the fight and you'll get some credits. Hitting them with a laser blade can make this go faster, but he has his own laser blade, so beware as he can hit you as well. Another thing is that being hit by a rifle can stop your laser blade attack. I don't believe that was a case in Gen 1. As you can see there, I went to strike him with my blade. He hit me with his rifle, and my attack preemptively stopped. You need to be aware of this when you go to strike your opponents. Another introduction in Gen 2 is the heat system. If you can hit your enemies enough with a rifle or any other solid shell weapon, I'm not sure if energy weapons cause heat. If you can hit your enemy enough with a certain weapon, you can make them lose AP and drain their energy quickly. Unfortunately, the starting rifle sucks, so you can very rarely ever overheat your enemy. That's why we're going to focus on getting a new rifle as soon as we can. Just like in Generation 1, you can view your battles from multiple angles like the enemy's side in a bird's eye view, but we're not going to do that. We only got 2,000 credits, which is pretty pathetic, but as we rise up in the ranks, we'll get more credits for each battle, as each battle becomes harder and harder. We get more mail, and it mentions a certain pilot. What is his name again? Warehound. Warehound is, mostly difficult because he has weapon arms. Anyone who's played Master of Arena knows how common weapon arms are, but in Gen 2 they're largely the same, while everything else received a nerf for the most part. They're a bit threatening in 2nd Gen. In Gen 3, you get 2 radars and 2 missiles, and I sell them thinking that I have a spare, but apparently I don't have a spare, so I need to buy them again. We can sell our starting rifle for something that's better, and that's what I do right here. Get our radar again because I didn't actually want to sell that, and we get a new rifle. This rifle is much better stat-wise, except unfortunately it only has 150 ammo. So you need to keep that in mind. Since we don't have our missiles, I'm not comfortable going into a mission, and generally in the past I've did multiple arena battles at once, so that's fine anyways. Let's fight Hustler 2. Hustler 2 is just as easy as the last guy. His pistol looks intimidating at first because pistols in Gen 2, they can overheat you very quickly. But you don't need to worry about that because he doesn't use it that often. Right here, he's trying to hit us with missiles. We can just boost out of the way. We don't need to worry about that right now. Really, none of the first 5 battles are intimidating at all. You don't need to worry about them, as they'll sooner run out of ammo than actually beat you. So it's free money anyways. That's why I recommend you go into the arena and beat these guys first. That'll give you a head start in credits. I am sorry again about the video quality issues. I'm noticing there's a lot of quality issues in the editor, so I'll try to get that fixed in the following video. I recorded at 4K, upscaled the emulator to 4K, and used a 4K television, but apparently I wasn't recording with the right settings. I'll try OBS next time. But yeah, now that we have that new rifle, Hustler 2 went down far faster than the first guy. So that's what we'll be using from this point onward. This guy looks intimidating with his 1000 ammo machine gun and an ammo extension on his back, but he fires his gun and bursts on top of not being that very good at aiming, so he shouldn't be that much of an issue for you at all. He's a bit annoying by jumping though. Still shouldn't be an issue anyways. As you can see, his AP is going down rapidly because we're using a better rifle and overheating his AC. He's likely using that starting radiator as well as the other ACs we'll be fighting. This will make every fight a lot faster due to them rapidly losing health. We need to do a few more arena battles before we're able to afford that starting missile, which I would like to have before going on any missions. This armored core uses a new part called a shield, which is a left arm part that when activated reduces damage for as long as it's active. Energy is drained while it's active. However, it shouldn't be too much of an issue on this armored core given that it's poor at energy management and drains a lot of energy as it's active. This armored core also uses a new leg type introduced in Gen 2 called hover legs. Hover legs have an extremely low load capacity, even less defense than any other leg type, but they can float above water and lava and you won't instantly die to hazards like that. These leg types are also extremely fast and can even outspeed lightweight bipedals, but usually have less load capacity than them. Now this final AC is annoying, but not really difficult. This AC is annoying because it moves really erratically, but it runs out of ammo because it only uses a pistol if I remember correctly. It can stun you and overheat you, but as long as you're evading and strafing, this AC will run out of ammo. It's just hitting him consistently is the hard part. I go in later in the match to try and get some laser blades in, and that's what I recommend you do as well. Just be careful as this AC does have a rather strong blade compared to yours. So that's one thing to keep watch for. So now I'm overheating and my generator's outputting less energy, as well as my AP going down. Since his armored core is basically made of tissue paper, I don't need to worry about overheating. He still has lower AP than me. As you can see, he ran out of ammo and is trying to be aggressive and get me with his laser blade. Fortunately, I'm also starting to run out of ammo here too. This is why I don't recommend doing this outside of arena battles, like using only this 150 ammo rifle. So try and always have at least 2 weapons on you, even in the easiest of missions. You will thank yourself down the line. So I get 2 good laser blades on this AC and it's done for. That's the first 5 battles. I'll be doing missions next. It wasn't too difficult. But yeah, I plan on doing more videos very soon. Well, I'm going to go ahead and save game now, so I'll see you guys in the next video.